is Diane from Teach Pre-K, and I am going to show you some of my favorite Valentine's Day math activities. And I believe most of these are in my All About Valentine's Day 5-day lesson plan in my Teachers Pay Teacher store, which is called Teach Pre-K. I will leave a link in the description, but here we go. This is one of my favorite activities. I've shown this for other themes, and I have it for Valentine's Day too. This is my Spin, Graph, and Count Colorful Hearts, and what you need for this is these printed mats. I don't know if you can see it here, but this is a clear spinner from Hand to Mind. I love these. These come in, like, I think packs of 6, and they're pretty inexpensive. I will leave a link in the description, but these are fantastic. You will need your linking cubes or Unifix cubes. And then I do have, I don't always use this next part, but I have a how many page for each child, or you can do it for the whole group. So you would need a dry erase marker for that. So my favorites are Expo markers because they last. So here's my little red Expo marker. So what you would do, this is the object. Each kid has a mat. Each kid has a container of Unifix cubes. You spin, and whatever color you get, you place right here. And then you start, like if I got red again, I would link it together, and these would be laying down flat on the table. And you do that for every one of these colors. And the kids love doing this, so we end up playing this for a long time, and I always have about 4 kids in my small group at my table at one time because they all enjoy this activity so much. But we do that, and I kind of try to make this a little bit more fun for the kids by like noticing what they're all doing and getting. Like some of them, they'll have no black. Let's say they have no black. We're halfway through this game and they have no black. I'm like, oh my gosh, you got to get a black. So every spin, it's like black, black, black. Let's get a black one. And then we all cheer when they get one. Or, oh my gosh, you have like a million reds. You've got to stop getting red. Things like that, just to kind of show them that you're paying attention to what they're doing, make the game a little bit more fun and suspenseful. It's great. At the end, when I decide it's the end, because I'm looking at the clock and I know I've got to do 3 other groups, we get our how many chart out and we count how many red, how many orange, yellow, green, blue, and black we have. And I would write it on here. And so just for the sake of time here, I'm going to fill this in. So then they would have this, and I would go, okay, so you had 2 red, 3 orange, 6 yellow, and I'd count all these with the kids. So we'd count together. So we're getting some counting practice there. 10 green. Woo, green won this one. 6 blue and 5 black. So what color had the most? 10. What had the least? I'm using math language. So I'm just using this math language over and over. Red. Are there any that had the same or an equal amount of Unifix cubes? Yes, yellow and blue. You know, so you've got to use that comparative number language. You're doing some counting. You're doing some numeral recognition. You can even have the kids write their own numbers and have numeral writing practice. I know that's really hard for preschool and pre-K. Writing numbers, for some reason, is even harder than writing letters. I just think we don't do it as much. But, you know, they can practice. You can put so many standards in one activity. It's a great activity. I absolutely love it. Like I said, that one is in my Valentine's Day lesson plan. So there's that. I love Count and Clip. I love anything in Clip. Clip activities are fantastic because you get some fine motor work in, counting, numeral recognition. You just can't go wrong. So here I've got these cute little heart balloons. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to use our little tiny colored clothespins, and we're going to clip that 5, just like that. Love the colored clothespins. Love the small ones. These are fantastic. I will leave links for everything that I'm using in my description. But these activities combine, again, so many standards. You've got that fine motor. You've got counting. you've got numeric recognition. So you're hitting so many standards one activity. And I do these over and over again. I love them getting all that practice. And they might not have been very successful the first time. So the second, third, fourth time, they're going to do this better. And just a little sidebar here about colored clothespins. You can buy regular wooden clothespins, and you can mix up some liquid watercolor, like in plastic baggies. Put your wooden clothespins in there, slosh them around, let them absorb that color, and then put them out to dry, and you've got colored clothespins. They soak it up like wood stain almost. It's fantastic. So there is that. I'm going to get some of my stuff out of the way. Okay. Now, I have these pocket dice at school, and I think they're from Learning Resources. I'll put a link to those in my description, but these little squares fit so nicely in those, and I have 2 die. So what I would do is I would put 1 through 6, just like real dice of these, because this is a little stupidizing dice game. So we would roll the die or dice. You decide what you're going to do. And I would have these little dice mats kind of laying around a table or a rug. They would roll. They would go find the one that looks like this. And we would set it aside. So if someone else rolled a 5, we're like, nope, got to roll again until you get a number that we haven't gone and found. So 3, 2, and then I have every combination that you can think of for double dice too. So that is a great game for them to get supertizing, to get counting again. And it's just fun. The dice are kind of like a polyfoam, like a stuffed animal or a pillow. So, they can chuck those things. They're not going to hurt each other. They're big, so they can roll them on the carpet. So it's just a fun game. My kids have liked to play it every year. I haven't played it every year, but every year I have played it. They have really loved it. And I've got a What is Different game, which I always kind of stick in with math because I feel like they've really got to notice some differences. It's kind of a science thing almost, but I like it for math too, because in math you have to notice subtle differences sometimes. So you would look at the 4 hearts and you would pick which one. However, another way that I have played this is I have given each kid a stack and they put a clip on the one that's different, and the clips can fit anywhere around. So the one that's different would get a clip. So there's lots of different ones. Some are super easy like this one. Some are a little bit harder like that one in the first one I showed you. But there's lots of them. There's lots to choose from. I like to do these in small group and have the kids point to them. But if you want it to be a more independent center and maybe you want to observe your kids' work, you can do it with the, I was going to call them paper clips, but that's not what they are, clothespins. So I have also got a little mailbox game. One of my favorite clip artists just makes the cutest little theme shapey things in the whole wide world. So I'm just going to show you these 2 mailboxes that I've made, but I have every shape mailboxes. So this one has a circle, this one has a rectangle, and then I have little letter cards. Okay, this envelope is shaped like a square, so it doesn't go with any of these. But I have circles. Let me see. I've got these like not even cut out. I'm actually going to use this game for the first time this year. So I have look at this long sheet of these. So I would cut these out and so they would deliver to the mailbox. One thing that I thought of doing with these that I think instead of just leaving them out as a little mat, I think I'm going to staple these onto a lunch sack. That way it's open and they can put the right shape letter into the mailbox. So this is really cute. I can't remember if this is in my 5-day lesson plan or in one of my differentiated center resources. But I will put in my description shape mailboxes, and then I'll do, the name of the resource that it's with, because this is super cute. I wanted to use this last year and I just didn't get around to it. We get so busy at school. I mean, I make all this great stuff and I find that I can't get to half of it. We have Spanish twice a week. We're getting ready for parties. We've got it during Valentine's, any holiday. You're making things for parents and families, and it just gets a little hectic. Okay, another thing that I like is I have these little strips, and I want to see if I go. These are find the missing number. Yeah, and I just have all kinds there. Just find the one missing number. So it's numerical order. So there's always going to be one blank heart. And then I have all the hearts with numbers on them. This was a hard one to prep because these are a lot tinier than I wish they were. But the kids find the missing number and they put them where they belong in the strip. Numerical order, that's kind of a hard thing for kids to grasp. Preschool and pre-K. Preschool is really hard. Pre-K, they're getting it. If you have a number line in your classroom or on your tables, I love those on the tables. That activity will be great. Do it near your number line, or if you have a number line on the table, or if you have a number line you can just tape to the table when they do this activity. Just will get them into the practice of seeing which numbers come before and after each other because they don't have that mentally yet. That is just not something that's ingrained. Okay, and you're going to see this and you're going to know this is very dirty. You can see the dry erase marker smeared all over. I do this every year. It's candy heart graph. That was for their results. I go out and buy these little boxes of candy hearts. I like the Brocs because they taste better. I buy these little boxes, and then I have graphing mats like this. They open up their box of candy hearts and they put all their white ones there, pink ones, orange, yellow, green, and purple. Then we record them. Pre-K could probably write their own numbers. Preschool, we would count together and I would count these. Then they get to, I let them at the table eat one or two when they're done. And then I tape it up and they take it home and I tape it up. Otherwise, you're going to have all sugared up kids. But then they can take it home. And it's a fun thing to do actually on the day that you're doing your party because it's kind of festive. But it's fun. They like it. They like it no matter when we do it because they get to eat. People have also done the same thing with like Fruit Loops instead of candy hearts, but I think same thing. So then I have a count and number match activity. And I would have like they're almost like puzzles, but not quite. So here you see 1, 2, 3, 4 cupcakes, and you find the number 4, and you match it up. Or the kids have 4, they've got to find the other half with the pictures, and there you go. So that is a counting and numeral recognition activity. I really like that. Okay, this next one, I don't even know if you're going to be able to find these little boxes, but I got these one year. They came in like a little set and I thought, oh, that might be really helpful. There are these little heart boxes, and what I do is I will either put some kind of manipulative in them or candy hearts, because I'm doing like vinegar and baking soda candy hearts and or stuff like that. So I always have a ton of candy hearts laying around. But you can also use little erasers, like little cupcake erasers or heart erasers, something like that for Valentine's Day. I will just put a variety of like 1 through 10, or for my pre-K, I might go as high as 12 or 15, and maybe not start as low as 1. But they shake, and I have them guess, like, how many do you think are in there? Oh, I think there's 6. And then we take them out and we count them, and there's 4. So that's another thing that you can do. Like, I will try to find something like this on Amazon. I'm sure it exists, but I got these a long time ago. I really, really like them. They're great for little counting games, but they're also great for, you can do a letter sound thing with these. Of course, you would need 26, but if you didn't want to do every letter of the alphabet, You could like write the letter A on the back in Sharpie or tape the letter A and then put something that starts with A in here. And you could make like little sound boxes. That would be super cute. So those are some of the things that I do for math. During Valentine's week, we are doing a lot of crafts. We're doing a lot of making cards and cutting hearts and making decorations for our room. But you can still fill your week with learning too, with all these activities that are a lot of fun. Even save some of them for your party if you don't have time during the week. So there you go. Thanks so much and happy Valentine's Day.